All right, so I just finished The Eye of the Bedlam Bride. This series is so good. And if for some reason you are clicking on this and haven't watched the other 5 or read the other 5 books, go read the books. And then click on this playlist here and watch all of my reviews leading up to this, because I have predictions and stuff like that, and most of my predictions have been wrong. I have no idea where this book is going or this series is going, and I like it. I like not being able to properly predict what is going to happen, because I go, this will happen. Nope, totally different direction. Okay, all right. And one thing I want to talk about with The Eye of the Bedlam Bride specifically is, how is it in one chapter I am laughing my ass off, and then in another chapter I'm like having all sorts of feels and just, just super sad. Like, no, you can't make me laugh and then cry. Come on, that's not fair. That is really just not fair on the range of emotions in this book. It's astounding how wide of a range it is, because every time I think the series can't top itself, it does. And as soon as the book ends, all I want to do is read the next one. I have no idea what's going to happen when the 8th book comes out, because by the time this video is live, the 8th book will have released, and I will probably have finished it, recorded a reaction video, and just be waiting to post it. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that alert so you can be notified first when that video finally goes live, because I'm gonna want to talk about it. And I hate that I couldn't wait until the series finished, because now I'm like, I don't want to have to wait 6 months to a year for the next book to come out. How rude. But all right, now that we got all the beginning stuff out of the way, let's talk about the initial thoughts. Just so much happened in this book, and I'm not even going to touch all of it. Like, there's all sorts of other storylines, like the whole fact that there's a sect of homeless people that arrived to the planet 10 years before, and we're trying to get people to come into the crawl. It's just that I don't even know what's going on with that. That is definitely a storyline that will be resolved probably after the next book. I have no idea. Like, I'm not even thinking about that, because it's still, there's so much other stuff that's going to happen in the next book that I was like, not worried about that. But I do want to say, comment who your favorite character is and why it's Samantha, because can I just say, the scene where she's trying to look up Uzi Jesus's robes and Carl pulls her away, and her response to Carl pulling her away is, I wanted to see his penis, was so freaking funny. And like I said, this book is definitely boy humor. It is pee-pee poo-poo humor. Like, I want to see his penis. The fact that there's a scene where they have to get a crab to pleasure himself, to ejaculate, to allow there to be more souls for the demons to take. It's like, what is this book, and what is going on with Matt Denneman that he can think of this stuff? But honestly, when Samantha was introduced, I was just kind of like, I'm not sure how I feel about this, because all this woman keeps doing is screaming, I will kill your mother. And I thought, is this just her personality? She rolls around and just tells people that she's going to kill their mother, which she does. Besides her trying to bed Louis, she has more personality in this. And I feel like she is going to play a pivotal role, if not in the next book, when we get to the 12th floor, if we get to the 12th floor. But her comedic relief was definitely needed for this book, because holy crap, the amount of super heavy scenes in this book were just heartbreaking. Carl's father, Rin's death, a character who's kind of just like there in the past couple books and only really brought up when Carl brings her up, and then Donut starts screaming about how she's a cheater. But can I say one thing? Fuck Beatrice for the fact that she kept Carl's brother a secret from him because she was afraid that he was going to leave her. And you cheated on him. You were afraid you were going to get left. You just needed to have that safety and protection, and like that, the trampoline outside the room. So like, if your escapades with other dudes failed, you at least still had your backup. Fuck Beatrice. I hope if they bring her back, it's just to kill her, to allow them to kill her, because she's the worst. I don't think she's going to come back. I think her storyline is truly done, but I hate her so much. But I do love how much Donut cares for Carl. Like, the fact that she told Carl, like, listen, you do not have to go into this trailer. I can do it by myself. Just stay out here. He's like, I know who's in this trailer. I'm going to go in first. And Patrick Warburton as Carl's father, and Alpha Carl. So good. It's just magnifique. And then on top of all those two heavy storylines with Ren's death and her giving up Meatball, and then Carl having to deal with, his dad being killed by his stepmother, which is what his mother wanted to do in the first place. Katya's drug addiction storyline was amazing. Like, I thought it was so good that they were just like, listen, you had some people who were angry with her, some people who were angry with the situation, people saying we just need to be there for her, let her know we care about her. And the only thing that I'm curious about, did this addiction come before or after she entered the dungeon? And I'm sure it may be answered. It doesn't seem like it's done, but we'll talk more about it in the predictions, because I have some predictions on things. But hey, if you like this content and made it this far, I do have merch. It's a Marvelous Marauders hoodie. This thing is so comfortable. I wear it constantly. It's for sale down in the shop. Go check it out. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to, but it's there. If you want to support me monetarily and get something in return physically, I have this. If you want to support me monetarily and just, show me how much you like my content, I do have memberships. All memberships do get access to the Discord, and we can have conversations. We could talk about this book. We could talk about this series, because by the time this comes out, I'll be caught up. So we can sit here and talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl and our favorite moments and all that fun stuff if you're a member, and you can join the Discord. We're also going to look at doing other stuff. You have member-only streams. We could actually have true member-only streams where we hang out, play Jackbox, just shoot the shit, play Minecraft together. I don't know. Whatever you want. That's for you guys to decide. So let's get into the predictions. I'm back on the Carl Katya ship because clearly Katya and Batista are close to being on the outs. He's mad about her drug addiction. Carl is being supportive. He's like, I don't want you to go. And she's like, I don't want to go either. They clearly truly care about each other. And there was kind of a weird line of like, does Katya know how much you care about her? And it's just like, okay, I'm back on the ship. I was off the ship for the last book, but I am back on it now. Also, this is completely off topic from the predictions, but can somebody tell me why it took me until this book to find out that there are bonus chapters in the physical books? I've been listening to the audiobooks, but in the physical books, there are bonus chapters which are about other characters. I've looked, I haven't read them yet because I don't want to like get into it and not have the ability to read them all. But yeah, there's secret chapters in the physical books at the end. The first one I know follows one of the goblin women from the first book, Rory, and about her escapades. I read the first page of it. I hadn't bought the book yet. I am getting all the physical books, and if you want me to do a whole thing about that, let me know. Anyway, back to my predictions. I think we're going to be getting to floor 12. Will we be getting past that? I don't think so. Definitely don't think we're getting to 18. If somehow they get to 18, I will be astounded, because this is book 6 and we're about to go to floor 9. We're only halfway through the dungeon technically. I don't think we're gonna get to 18. I don't think the system, the AI will be able to get past that. If it can get to 12 and not crash and just completely implode, I would be surprised. I think the slugs are going to probably be causing chaos in the hell floor, because even Mordecai was like, hey, look, nobody's ever gone there. There's no tourists. So that storyline just kind of chills there. But now you've introduced a butt ton of slugs that may or may not like mess up the system. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of first apparently in this series, or in this dungeon crawl, but shit's breaking everywhere. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm not even sure what's going to happen on the 9th floor. I think it could either be a huge chaotic battle, or it'll be a complete bloodbath, and that'll only be like the first fourth of the book, and the rest of the book is going to be the 10th floor. I have no idea. We will see. I'm pretty sure the whole book is going to be the 9th floor, and they're going to make the faction wars super cool, and it's going to be like the 6th floor where they just wipe out everybody. Like, it's going to be Carl's goal to basically have every single other faction of the 10 factions, have the other 8 factions be completely decimated, because now they can't escape and they can die for real. If you die in the game, you die for real. But I think the end of the way this series is going to end, I think it's going to end with Carl sacrificing himself to save Donut. I don't think we're getting a happy ending. I'm starting to make in-game theories. That's how far I'm into this series, that I can make in-game theories. I don't know what's going to happen. 8th book isn't out yet. There's only 1 book left for me to read as of right now, and 2 books after that. Maybe more. We'll see, but most likely 10. But I think Carl is going to sacrifice himself to save Donut so she can get out of the dungeon and live a great life. She'll take over Audette's show and, you know, the crawl will be over. That'll be for sure. But I also give Mordecai to the end of the next book or the end of floor 12. He's either going to die at the end of the next book because the changeling children have made it to the rest of the crew and they can live happily ever after, or he gets to the 12th floor and he gets to kill Audette. Audette will be able to kill her person, and then Mordecai's gonna kill her, and he'll probably die at the same time, and he'll be dead. He's not getting out of the dungeon. That is 100% for sure. Mordecai is not getting out of the dungeon, which sucks, but that's just how it is. Especially the way that the epilogue ended with a bunch of crawlers who escaped the games coming back to fight with Carl, and one of the guys goes, yeah, I always knew I was going to die in the dungeon. Even after I did escape, I had a feeling I was going to die in the dungeon. So clearly you can't escape the games. The Hunger Games is how it is. 75th Hunger Games begins in the next book. But I cannot wait to see the faction war. We've been hearing about the faction war since book 1. We've been building all the drama and like just all the everything. Just so much tension, so many rivalries. And it's like, okay, we're gonna see everything. I feel like this is the finale to this series, but there are 3 more books. What the hell is gonna happen after this? I don't know. I feel like we're getting to the end because they're like, this is usually what happens later on in the game and it's already happening now. Okay. Like I said, I think 9th floor is gonna be done quickly or it's going to just be so much on the rest of the book. But hey, that's just my thoughts. You let me know in the comments what you think is gonna happen. But that's it for me. Stay marvelous. See you next video.